him on multiple different ways how the comments he made at me could also be attributed at him. I'm going to get Tekashi hurt. Well, are you taking responsibility for Tax on being in jail? No. And some people say, well, he doesn't. No. If you don't know, Charlamagne tried to sign me to loudspeaker networks before Tax, way back then. I didn't end up doing it, but he owns part of the thing. Trust me. Okay. And whatever, I felt offended by that. Don't blame another man's fate. That nigga's in Chicago right now doing whatever the fuck he want to do. Don't blame it on me. Especially for that one artist. But then, he did a podcast. And he was talking to his co-host, Andrew Schultz. He said, AKADEMIKS is biased. And he said he went on this thing, when it comes to Tekashi. And he says, this whole thing is say you got to figure out if you're going to beat the industry or not the industry. And I'm like, does he really think that, like, even I'm more, quote-unquote, industry than him? Nigga, I know one rapper. I don't go to private dinners listening to shit. I know one rapper. There's no other rapper that could say, oh, we could get to... I know one rapper. If that's industry, fuck it, I'll take it. But, nigga, I know one rapper. Let's not act like I'm some fucking Illuminati type of nigga. I know one rapper. Everybody... I'm not... And again, I just want to deal with facts, right? But that was being said, right? The bias thing. Now, I looked at it and I said, you know what? I'm not going to discount his point that, and I've said it before in the stream, the fact that 6ix9ine could call my phone and tell me something like this, if something happens, he could call me and tell me aside before the other people could, yeah, things probably are in his favor more because he could relay information quicker and directly to me. Do I try to be biased? No. Has it appeared that way from a public view at times? It probably has. I will not sit here and be delusional. But then I looked at that and I said, okay, it's far, if I'm admitting that, or I'll take that part of it, right? Are all y'all niggas taking y'all skeletons? Because nobody likes their skeletons. They just like throwing them at me. Oh, here's the mud, but we're all clean. No, y'all are not clean. And this Nicki and Cardi thing came up, and I couldn't wait to hear Charlamagne's take on it. I just couldn't. I couldn't wait to hear it. Because, again, I'm going to give you context. I'm going to talk about biased and not biased. Now, Charlamagne the God is a very well compensated media personality. A guy who's supposed to have the facts, okay? Now, it led me, I listened to a segment today, and I don't know if it was intentionally leaving out facts that everybody knows and just trying to do a narrative like Dumb is Dead does, or maybe what he accuses me of is coming into play. If you don't know, Charlamagne and Nicki used to be very cool friends, text buddies, all that, hanging out, all that. Charlamagne was on her album, doing a whole interview. Whatever happened, they're not friends anymore. And I think because Nicki probably wanted him to choose a side and whatever, I don't know what the fuck was going on. It didn't happen. And I respect him for that, by the way. They're not cool anymore. Nicki don't like him, he don't like him. You don't like Nicki. Well, I don't know if you don't like Nicki, let me not say. But clearly Nicki don't fuck with him. Let's say that. Okay, cool. So now, we get to, and I'm only talking about biases, because niggas threw the bias thing on me, and he's industry, he's close to whatever. Okay, so let's analyze this. And then I'm going to hit you with the facts. So, him and Nicki had fell out, right? Him and Cardi, he supported Cardi from day one. I will give him that credit. Supported Cardi, he held her up, championed her. Cardi, that's that bitch. And she turned from just a funny person to being a fucking megastar. Now she's on, and of course we know the Cardi and Nicki thing happened. This is where Charlamagne gets to give commentary. And the comments I heard him say today, I was like, either he's just clueless in that he has no facts of what happened, or he's playing it biased. It's either one or the other. You have no facts, so your opinion lies there, or you're biased because you don't like one person and the other person's the homie. Now I'm going to play the clip. And again, I have all the time. I love these streams. I have all the time. When y'all accuse me of something, please make sure y'all do none of that. because I will point it out at every juncture. I have the time, okay? And the thing is, I'll come out here and admit if I'm on, like I said, be like, yo, 6ix9ine could feed me a bullshit story right now, and I probably will report that this was 6ix9ine said. You feel me? Now I won't say that's a fact. That's what he's saying. But the other guy or whoever the other people is, say we don't know them, they don't have the equal opportunity to feed me the same story. Sometimes I try to find it, sometimes I can't. So again, if some people say it's skewed towards him, I'll take that. Do I intentionally do it? No, the nigga's just easier to talk to. Fine. But when everybody's taking their skeletons, I want when I'm taking my dirt and my mud, everybody gonna pick their shit up too. I just want to make sure we are clear with everybody. So I got a little factual history because Charlamagne seemed to be very confused about why Nicki. And again, I've been trying to present this story as being completely down the middle because I really don't give a fuck about either fan bases, and I have really no problems with each of them. But then I see a narrative started being created like Nicki is just coming out of the blue. So let me play what was said. All right? So we're going to decide if this is lack of facts or just bias. Let's get to it. All right? Go on YouTube. I'm about to find this shit in a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm about to find this shit. Where is it at? Right here. All right. Salute to YouTube recommended joint. All right, let me play it. They're talking about Nicki Minaj crying over Cardi B. All right? Listen to it. And again, the only reason why I'm pointing this out because I don't really care. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinion. But when y'all start throwing that like his industry, he's biased, like he's the only one, man, you niggas have way too much dirt on all of y'all, and y'all, it is blatant for me not to call it out. Okay, thank you. You just put Ak in the winning position. You'll only ever have Tekashi to say, oh, well, Ak, you was in the pool with Tekashi. Yeah, and I'll point out a million things of how you niggas are either unprepared, no facts, or biased too. Okay, let's do it.
Dropped 2 new songs yesterday, Chun-Li and Barbie, behind the song Motorsport, and how she feels like people...
And by the way, if me, an internet nigga, knows the deal behind Motorsport, I refuse to believe Charlamagne does not. Everybody in the fucking industry knows what happened. And so, and that's what, again, I'm begging a question. My nigga, I'm still an outsider, bro. Like, yo, you know how I had to get that information? This is the industry talk, and everybody in the industry who has lied like they didn't know these two had problems, they're fucking liars. Now, again, I don't know if Charlamagne knew for a fact, but it's hard for me to believe. So when I hear these comments, I'm like, this is not a comment out of naiveness. This is a comment out of either biasness or I didn't even give a fuck to look it up. Because most of the shit is even out.
Misunderstood what happened.
Let's go.
With Cardi that really
For Cardi B.
Here we go.
The thing with Cardi that really hurt my feelings was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out. I remember, like, when I first came in the game, if a female of that stature had done a feature with me on it, I would only be, singing their praises and saying thank you. The first interview she did after Motorsport came out, it just really hurt me because she looked so aggravated and angry, and the only thing she kept saying was, oh, I didn't hear that verse. You changed your verse. Like, I was like, what?
All right, now here's some more of Nicki Minaj talking about Cardi B and the whole Motorsport drama.
I spoke to her before. I saw her in person before. We spoke about things. When I heard the track, her verse was in Finnish. Well, it's not the verse that is on right now. And Quavo told me to get on the song, and I just felt like it's a perfect opportunity for me to be on a track that is that's big like that.
That wasn't Nicki.
Well, I know. I just saw that on the thing. But yes, that was actually Cardi, her first interview after Motorsport came out, and this is what Nicki was talking about. Now, Nicki also talks about the verse on Motorsport and actually what happened. Because, everybody was talking about how she changed her verse and so on and so forth. And, originally Quavo, it was just Quavo on the song.
Well,
so
she did change her verse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's what Nicki has to say.
with Motorsport, I kind of felt ambushed. You know, I felt like Quavo at that time was like, Quavo is my baby. I love Quavo. At the time, I went on Twitter and I explained how Motorsport came about. And, you know, people were saying that I was lying. So I texted Quavo and I said, hey, just, you know, could you back me up on this? Because, you know, I don't want people to think I'm lying. What do I have to lie about? And, you know, he texted me. He was like, I would go on Twitter and back you up if you were my girl. LOL. And that hurt.
All right, now here is the original Motorsport verse that you did.
By the way, they didn't even credit me like, oh, act leaked it yesterday, but it's okay.
Didn't hear previously.
I know that I ain't living right now.
Oh God.
But I'ma get this money right now. With a couple bad bitches that'll rip the party. If Cardi the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. Pull up in a space coupe, I done linked with Marty.
They were right. They didn't need that singing in that song.
So listen, was that a diss? Because,
Cardi didn't want her name in the song because she says Cardi's name.
Nicki does say she's Nick Lombardi, you know, and Vince Lombardi is who the Super Bowl trophy is named after. He was a player, a coach, and executive. So Nicki is saying if Cardi is the QB, which could be a double entendre for queen, bitch, and quarterback, then Nicki is saying she's the coach, executive, the person in charge, right?
Right. I think Cardi looked at that as kind of a diss.
Yeah, I can see how that can be taken as a diss, but
I'm in full agreement so far.
Y'all don't think all of this is so damn petty and stupid?
Well, you know what? There was a lot of things that happened behind the scenes of that song because it was.
This is where the narrative starts to be shit like Nicki's just super petty, super stupid. Or not super stupid. Petty and this is so trivial.
A big deal when we heard Nicki and Cardi on the song together. So I guess Nicki probably felt like her side never actually got out because she did change her verse, but she's explaining why she changed it. So it was a lot of drama behind that. And I know a lot of people fuel that fire.
You can't listen to me because I'm biased and on Cardi and Atlantic's payroll.
Stop it.
But
the next things you say after that is why people think this.
But Nicki sound petty as hell in that interview. All right, Nicki sounds the way Lil' Kim used to sound when she used to say Nicki wasn't paying homage back in the day, but Nicki actually sounded worse because Kim actually had a valid reason, and that reason.
I agree a little bit with that. The Nicki kind of sounded like how Kim, yeah, exactly. But this is a valid reason for Nicki too.
Well, she thought Nicki was taking so much of her look. You know, I'm not sure what Nicki wants Cardi to do. Like the truth of the matter is, if you're the queen, you shouldn't have to act like that. Like it's not a big enough issue to publicly air it out like that. I don't think so anyway.
Well, I think a lot of people, there was a lot of talk about it, and people do always ask about it. Even up here, we talked about it on the Breakfast Club, and I think she just felt like, well, if it could have all been cleared up a lot earlier, I guess, if. You know, she wanted Quavo to have her back and say, here's what really happened. But here's some more of Nicki Minaj talking about the Motorsport drama on with Zane Lowe.
It hurt they will run with that lie because it's entertaining to make Nicki seem like a bad guy. First of all, Quavo came to my studio and played Motorsport. I said, that's out of here. I want to get on that one. And he texted me and he said, is it okay to put Cardi on it? And I still have the text on my phone where I said, yeah, let's do it. And that's the only story I told. You know, I said exactly how it came about. All of them allowed me to look like I lied.
Maybe I'm clueless and out the loop, but I don't ever remember anybody having.
And let me stop. He was out the loop, aka without facts, or this is where the narrative starts being spun. Nicki was right. Nicki was 100% right with that. When Nicki put out that, because people were getting at her, and she responded, she said, no, I approve Cardi to be on the record. And people start like getting at her, and she said no. She explained it even more.
Having conversations about that verse. I remember people having conversations about why Nicki and Cardi weren't in the video together.
Yeah.
Nah, it was all about the verse. Niggas knew they weren't cool. And the point that, and I see Charlamagne either trivializing or you say you might be out of loop with it. Stop it. Nicki Minaj, she did say what happened. And what happened, why she's mad at Cardi, or I don't know, I think they really don't like each other because they just want to be number one. I mean, chicks just want to be the best, right? But her with this explanation is basically saying to Cardi B, when you did an interview overseas talking about, I just heard a different Nicki verse, you didn't mention that the reason why Nicki has to change her verse is because of you. You forced it to happen. You used your boyfriend who's an amigo, to then, through his label and everything, have Quavo text you to say you have to remove the singing part. And as well, through Atlantic, you forced Nicki to say, remove fucking her name. You made the verse change, Cardi, and I love Cardi, but you were the reason the verse changed. You know what? It's when you hear, oh, I heard a different verse, it makes it seem like Nicki heard Cardi B shit and said, oh, let me record again. No, Nicki was done with it. She sent the shit in. She was done. Cardi is the reason why Nicki changed her shit. And when Cardi explained it, she seemed clueless. And again, I'm not going to accuse her because I feel like she usually keeps it so real, so I ain't going to accuse her of none of that. But when Cardi explained it, she made it seem like Nicki may have recorded it for some other reason. No, you pressured her into recording it. So that's why I completely understand Nicki, completely. And this was my only issue with Charlamagne's take of the whole thing. If you knew the timeline of how everything went down, when Nicki came out explaining, Nicki was getting killed days after because she didn't tweet out the record. She did not tweet out the Motorsport record. Keep in mind, the same weekend, Cardi B and Offset got engaged. Nicki's getting hammered by everybody to say, we know you a hater. You finally are on a song with Cardi and you won't support it. But everybody knew, and this is industry shit, Nicki had an issue with how the song was completed, right? And Nicki knew her hand was being twisted, so she didn't fucking support the record. But it's not her hating on Cardi, it's her realizing like, fuck, I just got bullied. Probably the first time in a long while Nicki has got bullied. So she didn't publicly support the record. So when Nicki's getting hammered, yo, you hate Cardi, you hate this, and then she tweets out like, yo, I approved her to be on the record. Then she said, she gave it wasn't that clear, but vague explanation of how it went down because people are killing her. Now, this is where Nicki's part comes in. And that's why I thought it was important for her to say that. Even though, you know what I mean, you could have said a long time ago, but fine, she's been missing action. Nicki Minaj, right? Nicki Minaj, and I've said it a long time ago on Everyday Struggle. People look at her huge fan base and they think it's all love. Nicki Minaj is almost unanimously hated by everyone who's not a Barb. She's hated. That's why the Barbs go so fucking hard. They're obsessive. Because she's hated by the masses. Nicki admitted that. There is a wave or a hate train for me. So when a song comes out and it looks like I am just hating on Cardi by not supporting the record, that's a narrative that people run on, that I'm a hater. But in reality, I wasn't hated. I wasn't hating. The chick actually twisted my arm to change my verse, to remove some shit I liked, and then they put that out, and I couldn't drop a song with Uzi that same week because Atlantic, who's her label, looks at me and say, suck our dick until after this record goes out because we want Cardi to feel good. Yes, Nicki's gonna feel some type of way. Now, I'm not absolving Nicki from all the fuck shit she probably did to other artists. We have heard that she's done same thing to other artists, but her explaining it, it makes sense. It makes sense. And when you're saying it's petty, no, it's not petty. If I think I'm being hated, and I've thought I've been hated a bunch of times, and when a nigga come out with a lie, remember after the BT Awards with me, just personally, remember after the BT Awards with me, and niggas was on me, yo, Act is the reason why Offset Quavo won't take over. So Act's question fucked it up. No, stop it. No, that is not the truth. Let me tell you the truth. I'm not going to sit here to get killed for a lie that is not my fault. They wanted to beat up Joe, and that's what happened. That's the facts. Let me give you the facts. But sometimes it's convenient when niggas already don't like you to just let that person get hated. So I understand Nicki being a little bit hurt to say, damn, Cardi, you had an opportunity. You didn't have to comment on me changing the verse. You didn't. But if you were going to comment on me changing the verse, you should have commented that, hey, Nicki's great, like, she raps great. Like, we made a couple minor tweaks to her shit, but her shit was great. You made it seem like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's not the verse I heard first. You made it seem like I'm doing some weird shit when you're doing it. So, of course, Nicki's gonna feel a little bit type of way. Now, do I believe that that's where the issues originate with them? No. I believe Nicki was on the record dissing her the whole time. And I believe she's on the record dissing Nicki the whole time. But they do it in subliminal shit. When the name drop comes in, it's like, whoa, we were doing this subliminally. Now you say my name. So if that's what's happening, are you saying that Nicki shouldn't have a problem with people making it seem like she's lying or she's hating? Especially when Nicki's at the point of her career where I keep telling you, entertainment, they love you, they hate you, and they hopefully end up loving you again if you last that long. Nicki's in a hate phase. That's why she's crying in interviews now. She's hoping people could see the soft side in her and be like, oh man, yo, Nicki gave us 10 great years. Let's fuck with her again. People don't like her other than the barbs. So she's trying to clear up that I wasn't hating on Cardi B with the Motorsport thing. Cardi B forced me to change my verse. And again, with Charlamagne was right about this, I'll give him that. Yeah, it was a double entendre. It was a double entendre. It could have been a big up or a diss. So I have no problem with Cardi B saying, fuck that, that's my man's song, get it off. But it's, and that's why I also didn't say Cardi B lied. You omitted some shit to have the narrative look a certain way. Because if Cardi B had said, or they say, yo, so how did that thing with you and Nicki came out? Well, I ain't gonna lie. And if she had told the whole truth, she would look crazy. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Quavo played the shit. It was just her and him on it. I felt like she was dissing me. I got on the track, and then I told the Migos to tell her to change her shit, that she not saying my fucking name. Cardi B would look very different. But the thing is, Cardi B is a very loved person now, so nobody's gonna give her any hate. And I do love Cardi B too. And when I see Charlamagne have this breakdown, I refuse to believe that a nigga at that high of a level does not have these facts that is publicly available. It's not even, some of these stuff is industry stuff, so you kind of know. And my nigga, if y'all think I'm industry, I might have a pinky toe. That nigga he's industry. You don't know this story? So I felt it was selectively dishonest to kind of, or either biased or not having facts. I'll just say that, biased or not having facts, because you and Nicki are not cool. To not even say, no, Nicki has a right to stand up for herself. Or if you're going to call a spade, you're not going to call Cardi for, like, well, I'm not going to either. For change, like, you're not going to diss me and say my name on my man's track. Pause. You feel me? But at least you can't slam Nicki for being hurt. You can't. But listen,
I don't have any conversations about
no,
verse.
that
she
wasn't.
talks
It
about
was.
that
It
too,
was.
but there definitely was conversations because then there was a rumor that she didn't know that Cardi was on the
there,
song.
yeah, and she said she approved
and it was a surprise, and she got blindsided. It was a lot of different rumors going
it was
around.
But
Now,
I've heard-
Nicki Minaj posted on Twitter, "How can you say someone changed their verse and forget to say
Right.
Quavo told me to remove my singing part, which I loved, and Atlantic told me to remove your name from my verse per your request. So how were those changes going to happen if I didn't change my verse?"
Man, I don't know what's going on. I know all of this is so damn petty and
stop it. You know what's going on, man.
stupid. Like, I feel like real leaders build bridges and not walls, and Nicki building a wall where there doesn't need to be one. Cardi got asked about Nicki the other day. Cardi said she don't got no issues. The beef is
Stop. And see, this is where the narrative gets painted. The public shit really matters. This is where the narrative, oh, Cardi she got asked about Nicki and she said she has no problems. My nigga, there's a text message that's leaked today. Cardi saying she want to beat Nicki's ass. You know they not cool, nigga. Like, if we only going off, like, they're both been trying to play nice in the public. We know it's not because of this record. And also, building bridges and not walls or whatever. Nicki could have said, oh, Cardi is going to be on the record. I do not want to be on this song then. I'm sorry. Republic, Universal, Cash Money Records, Young Money will not be clearing this particular record if Cardi's on it. Nicki said yes, because you know why? And Nicki's in a weird space in her career. She needed that Quavo feature. She needed it. She needs Quavo. She needs Uzi. She needs Sway Lee. So she's like, I don't like that bitch, but fuck it. Whatever. And maybe I could, she probably thinking, I'm just guessing. She probably thinking, maybe I could spin it like, oh, I gave Cardi her second number one or something like that. Even though Cardi would probably looking at it, if it goes number one, we could say we gave Nicki her first number one in a while. Whatever. But that's building a bridge. So when Nicki even says in an interview, Nicki says, somebody, even though she was definitely feeling herself, oh my God, Nicki, please stop with that. She says, you know how an honor it is to be on a song with Nicki Minaj? Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't know, but fine, it is an honor, right? But that's building a bridge. The chick cleared a verse knowing that you were going to be on a record, and she could have said, fuck that, Quavo, take my shit off. Y'all rock out with her on Motorsport. I'm not on that. That's building a bridge to me. Even though you building a bridge for the op. You don't even like her.
some made up internet stuff, and then here come Nicki with this cattiness for no reason. Like, I just
see, oh, it's some made up internet stuff, and here comes Nicki with the cattiness for no reason. The cattiness is that it was painted like Nicki is a fucking hater. And she wasn't hating in this situation. The time she's hating, we call her out. I love calling her out. I thought she was hating on Keisha Cole. No, it wasn't Keisha Cole. What am I talking about? K. Michelle. When she did some bullshit with her single and fucked up K. Michelle's release. I think that's hating. Cardi B twisted Nicki's arm to change her verse, putting her shit to the back of the line, and then they removed all the shit she liked? How is that cattiness, especially when she's getting killed for not supporting the record when the record is not exactly how she even wanted it to be? Oh, you got a dope line. Cardi's the QB. I'm Nick Lombardi. Take that shit out, bitch. Take my name out your shit. Or that singing part, you like, take that out too. You're at the front, you're in the back now. How is that catty? Especially when she's getting hate like she hated on somebody else on the track. That's what I'm saying. I'm adding the context to it. Then I asked the question. I don't know if he'll answer. You can answer if he wants. Did you really not know all this? It's been online. Did you really not know all this? Or is it the fact that you don't like Nicki? She don't fuck with you. I don't know if she'll do a Breakfast Club interview. She would. It would be pretty spicy. I would be watching. You fuck with Cardi heavy. You co-sign the fuck out of Cardi. If you let it up to me, I would then conclude that if I had to pick that you had lack of facts to say Nicki's had just being petty and catty, and Cardi did nothing, you're either clearly biased or clearly misinformed. And on that type of shit, especially when you're cool with Cardi, you could have got the facts, bro. Okay? Just my opinion, though. But, again, I'm only responding to you saying that I'm biased because you see me hang with certain rappers. You're cool with Cardi. I'm not saying you hang with all the time. Not cool. The other person who you're saying is being catty and all this other shit, you're not cool with.
The beef is some made up internet stuff, and then here come Nicki with this cattiness for no reason. Like, I just feel, let's knock it off.
See, I disagree. Like, you know, Cardi
Cardi
said what she said before. The Migos said,
yo, end all that shit. And I'm trying to play it really in the middle. In the Motorsport record, Cardi B is the bad guy. Let's keep it real. We love Cardi, but she's the bad guy. She thought something was a diss and forced Nicki, change a verse, do this, do that, do this, do that, and if you don't do it, bitch, you'll not get another record cleared from a Atlantic Records artist. And your reign of little dope features, it stops because you were fucking with a lot of Atlantic Records artists. Go produce a track on your goddamn own, and you can't use the Migos, who's not on Atlantic, because I date one of them. If it was a conversation of who's hotter, who's making a better music, I ain't gonna lie, I think Cardi making better music than Nicki right now. But this Motorsport shit, I told you, it's the first power move by Nicki Minaj. No, not Nicki, by Cardi B. First power move. She realizes she controls an entire fucking building. And if I don't like a chick, and that chick disses me, I will stop her whole shit. Remember when 50 used to tell niggas, if I don't like you, nigga, I'll get your shit pushed off the label. I'll get you dropped. Remember when he was talking to Styles P and them like that? Because when 50 walked up in Interscope, they said, that nigga gonna be responsible for 15 million records sold by himself. Then his group and all that shit, that nigga probably give us 20, 25 for the year. We don't give a fuck about a nigga who gonna give us 1 million. The nigga who got 25, who gonna give us 25 this year, you're the guy. Oh, Styles P offended you because he tried to talk crazy to you? All right, we'll never put out his project. Just give us 3 more songs, 50. Yes, it works like that. That's how music industry works. It's bullying. You got the clout, you got the juice, yes. Cardi B, first successful, bully this bitch shit, and it's crazy because Nicki kind of realized, like, yo, I know I've done this shit for Atlantic. Like, Nicki was looking at it crazy. Atlantic, you know how Uzi would be good with a Nicki Minaj? They're looking at like, Uzi been lit. The fuck are you talking about? EXO Tour Life's popping. We don't need you. We don't need you. It's cool if we get you on a remix. Do a couple more sales and shit, but we got the EXO Tour Life already. Don't need you, girl. Are we going to pick the chick we're making all the money off, Cardi, over giving you one song that's going to help Uzi with one song? Bitch, bye. Yeah. So Nicki she never been in that position before. But as far as that goes, and by the way, I'll concede that Nicki has done fucked up shit to a lot of other artists. Some of the stuff she's saying about genuine love with Cardi, she as well did not do the same with who am I mentioning? Lil' Kim. And it's a cycle. Cardi is here at the top in terms of how much she matters to the building. Cardi label values Cardi way more than Cash Money values Nicki. Or not, I won't say Cash Money because that's not the fucking, like, whatever there. Republic, or I want to say Universal. 100. If it was Drake now, that's different. Different. If Cardi didn't like Drake for some reason, and Drake says it's Drake's verse. Drake name drops Cardi. Cardi says, yo, Atlantic, tell that nigga Drake to take my fucking name out of his verse, or I'm leaving. I'm pretty sure they would try to say, yo, Drake, could you do it? But if Drake had a bunch of remixes with Atlantic Records artists, they'd probably be like, Cardi, shut up. It's Drake. The fuck are you talking about? It's Drake. The fuck? What? It's all about leverage. Nicki just don't got that leverage right now. You got the barbs and yeah, you ain't gonna walk in Atlantic and do that. But in this situation, man, for everybody, I know y'all cool with Cardi and Nicki is an asshole, and I don't know Nicki. And by the way, at one point, Nicki was calling around for people because she didn't like some shit I said about after her and Meek broke up, and I said, everybody slow down. Meek gonna be fine without Nicki. Nicki all right, but Meek. Nicki didn't like that. Nicki called around a bunch of people like, yo, whatever, who's this AKADEMIKS nigga, whatever, couldn't find nothing. So Nicki was, if I was on probably a radio station or something, she would have tried to get me fired. That's what Nicki does. And I know what it is. Doesn't mean I can't be objective because Nicki can't stop nothing I'm doing. You feel me? And as much as I love Cardi, nigga, I know what that was. Do I blame Cardi for flexing her power? No. I'm dating these niggas. I'm on a song. I'm the queen of this fucking building that you keep trying to use their artists. Bitch, if you don't start paying respect to me now, when you're coming over here, we ain't coming to you. You're coming over here. We get you the fuck out of here. So I don't know how we could say Nicki sounds lame or sounds catty bringing this up now. Yeah, Nicki's trying to tell y'all why the reason why y'all been hating on me for the motorsport shit is not my fault. It's not her fucking fault. How's that lame? How's that petty? It's not her fault. Unless you want to say her fault is having the line in general. Ask any rapper. That's a dope line. Cardi's a QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. You the play on Vince Lombardi, Nick Lombardi. Yeah. It's a clever line. So that's the only way she would be wrong in this. Now, do I believe in the past? And I don't know proof for this because if I did, I would have spilled the beans too. But I remember one time Cardi got on Instagram Live before really Bodak Yellow was a thing. She was venting. She said there's other women blocking me and they're blocking. I can't believe the people I look up to would block me from doing certain things. Now, it might be a situation like that. Maybe like they were supposed to have a collab before in the past and Nicki was like, no, I'm not getting on it with Cardi. But at the time of Motorsport, you know Cardi's dating. Like, what are you going to tell Quavo? When Quavo's like, if Quavo tells you, we're putting my castmate or group mate's fiance or girlfriend at the time on the record, what are you going to say? No? Exactly. So personally, I don't believe their beef started there. But if we're taking Motorsport in an isolated thing, Cardi flexed on Nicki, twisted her arm, got the verse changed, and when she tried to explain it online because she wasn't all the way supporting it because she felt played. She wasn't all the way supporting it. People started getting at her like, oh, you're just fucking hating. And she said, I'm not hating. I agreed for the girl to be on the record. I'm not hating. No, you're fucking hating, blah, blah. Let me explain. Let me kind of give you an explanation of what happened. No, you're still fucking hating. Yeah, that's why she's texting Quavo. Yo, nigga, help me out. They think I'm hating on you guys. You know what happened. Quavo's like, if I fuck you, I'll probably like clear it up, but I'm straight. And Cardi's probably looking like, when you're seen as innocent, Cardi, we still have the mentality of Cardi that she is the anti-industry person now operating around a bunch of snakes. Like she's learned no tricks, like she don't even know her own power. You get me? So you don't even want to associate this with Cardi. Like, wait, Cardi, you forced her to change her verse on some power move shit? Oh yeah, that's what happened. So Cardi played dumb. So what happened? I can't compliment her. Like, I heard a different verse. So yeah, I listened to the rest of this segment. But number one, for someone who is very cool with Cardi and co-signs Cardi a lot, it befuddled me that Charlamagne just acted like this came out of nowhere. Oh, well, we see publicly Cardi said this. My nigga, you know what's going on behind the scenes. And if you don't, and an internet nigga like me knows more than you, you could still get the facts. The facts. You know what the fact says? The fact says that everything that Nicki was kind of saying, just not being all the way clear with it, because she didn't want to throw you under the bus, Nicki was acting fake, really. Because when they asked Nicki about you, she could have said, instead of saying, I approved Cardi to be on the verse, which people took as disrespect. Like, what you mean you got to approve Cardi to be on the verse? Well, if you know how the song came about, yeah, nigga, we did a song, just me and Quavo, and they're adding not only the two other Migos, someone else. Yeah, come back to me and ask me if I'm cool with that. The facts is out there. So Nicki coming out and explaining it now. I get it. We love Cardi. And listen, I love Cardi too. She's pregnant. She's about to be, I think she's doing a great thing of being pregnant while working, showing women being pregnant doesn't mean you're on the sidelines. You can still drop albums. You can still work to some extent. Of course, we know there's physical restrictions and limits. Love her for all that. Nicki, she's reaping what she sows, and I'm watching her try to overcome it. But I'm not going to be unfair. Won't. Nicki has been a nasty person while she was really that bitch. And when she's not anymore the de facto chick, she's realizing people could be nasty to her too. And she's hurt. But while I don't feel bad for her overall, I don't mind her trying to clear her name in a situation she was not the bad guy in. Cardi B not clearing it up plays well for her image that, yeah, I've been just trying to come in here and Nicki just keep having shade because I'm going up and whatever. Which probably is the case, but not with this record. Okay?
What they said before in passenger interviews. I think she just wanted to clear it up on her side.
She's never said anything.
Yeah, she hasn't.
Yeah, what did they say before? Like, what did Cardi say before? What did the Migos say before?
The Migos.
All right, and this is a question, Charlamagne. If Charlamagne should give Cardi B Donkey of the Day if you want to keep it 100. Give Cardi B Donkey of the Day because you said, what did she say before? And listen.
Migos explained the whole video thing and the record thing.
They said it was a scheduling conflict.
I've heard Quavo tell that same story.
We got to keep it moving. We'll get more back into momentarily.
Open up the phone lines.
Anyway, you should give Cardi B the Donkey of the Day for almost acting like, for not revealing fully that she's the one who made Nicki change her verse. Because that's why Nicki's talking. Nicki's talking because she said my verse was changed because of Cardi. I just never said it till now. Everybody in the industry knew that it was changed because it was a big fucking deal. Will Cardi don't get a day for that? Because if we're saying, well, Cardi's just been showing love. Yeah, you've been showing love, and then you point out that the verse was changed, but you don't say you're the reason it was changed. No? No? If we talk about being fair, Charlamagne, I got your next donkey today. That's that. Cardi B, I could play the interview where she talks about it. Don't flex like, when they ask you how you and Nicki link up. All I know, she had another verse before that. Like you had no idea that you weren't telling your label you'll fucking leave if she doesn't change it. Basically, you pressured her to change it. Then you point out that she changed it without saying you bossed up on Nicki. It's donkey today. But we'll see. As he says, friends of the people, or is Cardi your homie? All right? Let that sink in. I'll finish this in the rest of it. And by the way, I could go into, there's another clip where they talk about the singles, and Charlamagne consistently says, well, if the songs are good and you're the queen, why keep talking about Cardi? She's battling a hate wave. She's trying to make sure people don't think she's as bad as they think she is. Nicki's done some fucked up shit. She's trying to just say, hey, blame me for what I've done, not for what I've not done. Yeah, that's why she brought up the Cardi thing.
800-5, we want your opinion. The phone lines again, 800. I need you to woo-side and just listen to the records, and then we're going to talk about them when we come back.
Records.
You just said you did.
I'll play the other clip too. So the reason why you're and you'll hear the reason why you're constantly questioning why Nicki is being catty with Cardi, you should also admit that Cardi bullied her, and she's just answering that she wasn't hating. And if anything, free don't get an A. It should be Cardi B for fucking not telling the full truth when you initially, because again, Cardi initially first of all, you had Everyday Struggle, me and Joe, we mentioned all that. Cardi was the first one to mention the verse was changed. I'm pretty sure I'm factual with that. Y'all can fact check me, please do. But I'm pretty sure Cardi was the first one to say her verse was changed, which confirmed what me and Joe and a couple other people said. So when Cardi mentioned her verse was changed, why not then explain why it was changed? Why do you have to leave it to open speculation? Nicki gets killed, and then when Nicki, again, I'm not even blaming for Cardi for that because she didn't lie. She didn't lie. But then you left it open, and then when Nicki comes back and tells you why it was changed, oh, Nicki's being petty. No, she's not being petty. She's fucking defending her name. She's bringing the facts. No?
Conversation about Cardi right now. But let's be clear. Right now, we are in the middle of Cardi season. And I just feel like the timing is just a tad bit off. Timing is important. Like, if you ever study the 48 Laws of Power, you got to master the art of timing. Like, she came out and shook things up yesterday, but you can't have a conversation about Nicki without having a conversation about Cardi right now. So all of that does is honestly make Cardi bigger. And like you said, neither one of these records are smashes. Chun-Li is cool. I don't like Barbie things at all. But I'm just happy Nicki back spitting. But if you don't got no smashes that are going to change the course of the conversation altogether, I think your time is just a tad bit off on this one, man.
Timing is off. And I mean, I agree with that. But it's Cardi season, and it is kind of Cardi season. But when you're prefacing the conversation with all of that, how could you dismiss her addressing that the newest, hottest chick she wasn't hating on? She was that's all she was addressing, bro. You feel me? She's not being catty or petty. She's telling the truth. Are we not giving a fuck about the facts? Does that not matter? Does nobody care about the facts?
Right. Well, let's go to the lines. We have Tamika on the line. Tamika, good morning.
Anyway. I just wanted to do that. I'm just going to say that's biased. Because I really do not believe that Charlamagne the God don't know all this information. You are the top media personality on a hip-hop station. And these are we're not talking about FBG Duck and Rico Reckless, where you might be like, what the fuck are they going on? We don't know what's going on there. Shit's so minuscule. This is Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. You don't know the facts for that? The facts, okay? Hey, listen. Could all turn this around, right? We're not biased. Now that I've given you the facts, and if I'm saying something that I'm incorrect about, you fact check me, or somebody else. I'm not saying you gotta respond to me. Somebody else fact check me. But now the facts are out there that Cardi was doing that to Nicki, and Nicki now responded, defending herself about that situation, that she's not hating, I think Cardi should get donkey today. Peace out, people. We'll see what happens. Or will it still be boring?